Good evening, everybody, and welcome here for round 27 of the 30 race schedule. We are coming down to it. Jordan Davis, man, he's been on a roll. 4 wins last 5 races, 5 wins this season, 99 points up the road from Ryan Griffin, and it is very possible to leave this race with only 2 drivers eligible to win the championship. Jeffrey, there's only 4 drivers mathematically still in it. It is Jordan Davis, Ryan Griffin, Jeffrey Fenguy, and Dejon Weeks. Top 4 in the points can still win the championship. Dylan Young, Ryan Acosta, 5th and 6th in points, are no longer eligible to win the title. Looking forward to the race here today. Jordan Davis, who has been on a roll lately, is going to be starting in the 30s. Bad qualifying effort for him, and his other teammate of Dejon Weeks, even poor qualifying effort for him. He'll start 40th. For this race this afternoon. Really look for all weekend. It was a Yamp Motorsports and Mace Enterprises domination fest. They were so quick, but Yamp Motorsports really fumbled the ball. I think Weeks and Davis really just went off the course and messed up pretty bad in qualifying. Dylan Young qualified relatively high. He's starting 7th, but Mace Enterprises is on the front row. Cody Lamas got his first pole of the season alongside boss of Nick Mace. The top 4 for this race have not won a race in 2019. Lamas, Mace, Rodriguez, Acosta. They are looking for their first win of 2019. Can it happen today? 78 laps for 150 miles here at Portland. The first race ever at Portland. Let's get down to start it off. Portland is a track we're very unsure how it is going to race. It's an older style track. It's first race, and we don't even know if it'll be back for next year. Cody Lamas is looking for a win in a long time since 2016 at California. Nick Mace has been on a winless streak. He's looking for a win today as well. He's on the outside of the front row. We are racing at Portland. Man, Acosta giving Mace a shove. What a start for Nick Mace. He cuts clear of his teammate of Cody Lamas down this long straightaway here at Portland. Can Lamas fight it? No, he can't. Nick Mace with the jump on lap 1 of the race. He gets the lead away. And contact further back. There's a crash. Eric DeMax is spun. DeMax coming in this race broke his right wrist from a crash on lap 1 at Utah and Provo. And another crash on lap 1 in turn 1 for DeMax. More cars were involved, and I think we've seen Ryan Griffin get a piece of it, but he kept on going in the 43 Dodge. Here's how it happened. Heading down into turn 1, everyone piling down in this corner, 3 wide. Griffin, Young, there's Fenguy there as well. And Young in the middle clips the 6 car of Eric DeMax. That's kind of a tough camera angle to see there, but tough break for DeMax, and even Schwellenberg, who got held up. He had a great qualifying effort, and there's Jordan Davis trying to make up some extra positions. And also further back, Matt DeLeo in the 83 got in a wreck, tangled with Collins into Shelley, and back in the tire barrier. And Matt DeLeo is going to be the first retirement. He was so close to James Shelley in the standings for the top 30 and older points battle. And this is going to take a beating for the Field Brothers team today. Try and get a look at this. This could be the race. It's so easy to control a race when you're up front on a road course. And you can see Acosta and Mace get a draft together, and they get rolling so much better. And you see further back, Griffin making it 3 wide, trying to make up some positions. He knows the championship's on the line. He needs to make up points on Jordan Davis this afternoon. And Griffin kind of crowds. Oh, man. Just slight contact to DeMax there. And Schwellenberg very unlucky to get hooked there. And that was a tough break. Shelley also didn't fare well after that contact. He slid over into Kyle Collins. They went into a half spin, and it held up some of the guys further back. But Shelley, who is also on that borderline in the top 30, he drops down to 41st. Completing lap 1 of the race. What a opening lap for Nick Mace in the Lotus 48 Chevy. He's been very quick. Same with his teammates of Cody Lamas and Charles Sanford. Further back, a lot of drivers are pitting. It looks like Dejon Weeks has been in a crash of some sort. He's on pit road. Here's how it happened. They were still bunched up very far back in the order, and Jeff James gets into Jack Halleck, and Halleck spins, and Weeks gets hit by Schwellenberg and runs into Jack Halleck. And Dejon Weeks, this could take him out of the championship hunt mathematically here at Portland this afternoon. Weeks is going to continue rolling and get back out on the racetrack, but that car is going to be severely slow. Eric DeMax is going to get going again, but Dejon Weeks is going to have a tough time this race staying in contention. Problems for Jordan Davis. He is spun down towards turn 1, lap 2 in the race. He is tangled with, looks like Alexander Rowe there, and PJ Williams in the Zero Flex Seal Chevy. And Davis looks like he doesn't have that much damage, but he's trying to get out of the grass. We had some rain overnight, and Davis trying to get out of it. He luckily gets away. And Davis in that one car is deep down the order. This is exactly the kind of race that Griffin, Finguy, and Weeks were needing. But Weeks is not going to gain anything on Davis. But this is not the race Davis was hoping for. He was hoping to tie Richard Johnson's record of 3 straight races. It's not going to happen. Here's how it happened. Davis was antsy to try and make up some positions 3 wide on the inside of Rowe and Williams. And it looked like a move that was actually going to pay off. Young way off in the grass there as well. And contact. And around they go. Both cars all sliding off in the grass. More problems further back. AJ Jones, who just got in the race, makes contact with Jack Halleck, and he also spins into the tire barrier. And it's going to hurt the rear end of that race car and hurt the race cars all around. And some more contact further up the road. Johnny Gardner and Kyle Collins made slight contact, racing for position, and Collins slides off in the grass. And we did have rain overnight, so it's going to be a little tough to get that 86 out of the grass, but he will eventually. But he loses the position to Jordan Davis. Meanwhile, Nick Mace has enjoyed an early lead by lap 4 of the race. 2.5 seconds ahead of his teammate of Cody Lamas. Lamas seems like he is not that quick like he needs to be. He's ahead of Matthew Rodriguez. Both drivers have not won a race this season. Charles Sanford has moved up the running order. He's in 4th. Ryan Acosta is down to 5th place. Acosta also has not won a race this season. Ryan Griffin and Jeffrey Finguy 6th and 7th in the race, while Jordan Davis in the 1 car is a little further down in 35th. So they are making up big time points this afternoon at the moment, but we still have a long ways to go. They have to continue to fight, and Davis has all to gain so far in this race. Bobby Jones on the back bumper of Zachary Fitzwater. This is a race for 10th place. Fitzwater and Jones tend to do very well on the road courses. Same with Hernandez. His best finish comes on a road course, back from 3rd place at Sebring back in 2018. Look at Jones round the outside of Fitzwater. Looks like he's going to get that position away and move up into the top 10. Hernandez trying to move up into this position as well. And further back, Jones's teammate Zayden Davidson trying to race the affiliate team car of Jake Bassinger. Bassinger gets away very well. Davidson struggled off that corner. Here comes John Art in the 3 car. Gonna try and make a move around the outside. Look at this pass by John Art. What a move there. Wow, that's very impressive to see these guys be able to make these passes around the outside of these corners. And Davidson really struggling now. Loses 3 spots there. Harple and Curtis moving past. Davis has started to catch the tail end of the cars that went right by him after he wrecked, so he goes right by Jack Halleck. He's now up to 33rd, and the march up the field starts now with TJ Martin, and a shame for Dylan Schwellenberg that he's even back here. He had a great qualifying effort, but he's down here as well with his teammate. This is down in the 30s. They're trying to move their way up, but Davis has caught the tail end of the field. Jake Bassinger is now moving his way past Zachary Fitzwater and the 97 and 22 cars. They're doing battle this afternoon. Whoa, Williams way wide in that 0 car, and he makes contact further ahead with Jake Bassinger. He could go off the grass. It's going to hinder Fitzwater's momentum there. Man, slight contact there with Fitzwater. Not giving an inch. Art pushes his way past. They continue to race so hard further back. Look at the racing here. Young getting past DJ Curtis. Luke Martin in this race in the 19 car. I think this is going to be one of his last races. Martinsville is going to be the last race for his own race team here in the 19 car. Then Noah Hart's in the ride at Atlanta, and then there's going to be no one in the season finale in the 19 car. But he's worked his way past DJ Curtis. Dylan Young looking to get his way around Curtis as well. Young's been very good this year. He's kind of slacked off a little bit near the end of the year, but he's looking to get one more win, at least just one win on the board for this season. All of his teammates have one. Young just hasn't. Further up the road, Jeffrey Finguy in the 92 trying to take Ryan Griffin around the outside, trying to pinch him down a little bit, and Jeffrey Finguy up into 6th place. Davis continues to work his way through traffic. He is up into the top 30 now after a pass on his teammate of Dylan Schwellenberg. Now working on Hayden Klein, able to take that position away very easily. And moving up another position, up into 29th, and now has Dom Caps to work with. Jeffrey Fenguy looking for another position, looking for 5th place on Ryan Acosta down the inside. See who can break the latest, the 92, very well on these road courses. Fenguy knows he needs to dig deep this afternoon for a good run, especially with Jordan Davis as deep down as he is. Fenguy up into the top 5. A little further up, Cody Lamas still holds 2nd. Matthew Rodriguez in 3rd with Sanford there in 4th. And Nick Mace is now up 8 seconds. Really driving away and having such a good run right now. And Nick Mace has told me that the road courses have been one of his favorites of the year, that they have been very good on the road courses, and he's been happy with the performance on the road courses, just has not been able to close the deal off, and he's looking to do that today to get at least one more win before he steps away entirely. There's a crash down in the final corner. Matthew Rodriguez and Ryan Acosta have tangled. It actually starts way further back in the lap. Here it is, Charles Sanford. He's going to get Matthew Rodriguez and push him down into the danger zone with the dodges. And Sanford is able to push his way past and make it a Mace Enterprises 1, 2, 3. And Matthew Rodriguez gets dropped down in the danger zone. Here comes Fenguy. This is where it happens. Fenguy looks for a move around the outside. Matthew Rodriguez tried to shut the door, but Fenguy made it work, pushed his way past. Acosta tried to find his way past. Contact with Acosta and Rodriguez, and spinning off the course, Acosta and Rodriguez. Here's another look at it again. Rodriguez tried to shut the door on Fenguy, but Fenguy shoved his way past, and it really slowed the momentum of the 99, and not really sure what happened. I think Acosta was just over antsy there. I don't see where Rodriguez came across any, but Acosta tried to get there and make a move because it is kind of difficult to pass, it seems. Sure looks that way if you can make a defensive line. And Rodriguez and Acosta tangle off the course. Charles Sanford looking to pick off another position, looking to the inside of his teammate of Cody Lamas. Lamas just does not seem like he has the ultimate race pace to really be a fast race car right now, because way down the straight is Nick Mace. He has pulled up to about near 10 seconds on 2nd place. And Charles Sanford side by side, door to door, for 2nd place. Who's gonna get ahead for 2nd position? Look at Fenguy, almost makes a dive at the inside. And that would have been very aggressive. But Charles Sanford's able to get by the 5 car, and Fenguy also looks like he's gonna split the Maze cars a little bit here. And he's gonna move up into 3rd place. Jeffrey Fenguy, Lamas is down 2 positions. Farther back, monitoring the task by Jordan Davis this afternoon, making his way up so far, now to 22nd, has continued to pick his way through some race cars, now past Jeffrey Lynn. Only have a handful of cars left to go until he's getting into the top 20. So far, I want to give a call to John Arndt today in the 3 car for CM Racing. A great run right now for Arndt. He's had some good runs on the road courses this year, and poised to try and get a top 10 run so far. Just up ahead, Jake Bassinger is in the top 10, and Luis Hernandez for Curtis Racing having a stellar run right now in 9th position, and he's holding strong pretty well. He's right in the mix of things to try and get up there and battle with guys like Chris Dodd and Justin Tunner. Dodd is in 6th place and is having a great run on the road courses. It has been a big year for Chris Dodd in the 44. He has made great gains in the 2nd part of this season and is doing what he needs to do right there inside of Ryan Griffin and competing with his teammates, something he wasn't doing at the start of the year. Up ahead, we have a big race for 2nd position right now between Jeffrey Fenguy and Charles Sanford. Sanford doing all he can to keep the 92 back. Davis to the inside of Luke Martin. This is for 20th place, side by side down the front straightaway. Jordan Davis, that car really has basically almost no damage other than a little scuff on the side. And Davis is now back into the top 20. Luke Martin kind of gives him space. And Davis, his pursuit of a 3rd title came in jeopardy early in the running. He was 99 points ahead of Ryan Griffin, and Griffin still up the road. Griffin is running down Cody Lamas and trying to get up into 4th place. And And as things run, Griffin would gain 20 points, and it would be 79 points behind Jordan Davis as we head to Martinsville. But we still have a long ways to go, and Davis, the way he's marching towards the front, he could possibly still get a top 10 run out of this. Jordan Davis continues to work his way through the field. He's looking to get 17th on DJ Curtis. Dylan Young up ahead, still racing with Zachary Fitzwater. Spins him off the course. Wow. And Zachary Fitzwater is in no man's land, almost on the other side of the track. Wow. So Fitzwater goes from a great position to basically down in the 30s. Wow. That was a very aggressive move by Dylan Young. He even lost time as well. There he is. He dropped down the order. And Jordan Davis worked his way into the top 15 because of all of that. Another view of it. Dylan Young just looking to get past Zachary Fitzwater. And just contact was made. And both drivers sent into the grass. And Fitzwater, luckily, there was rain overnight. And it kind of slowed the grass down a little bit. You would think it would speed up a little bit. But it looked like the car slowed down more. And Fitzwater slowly gets back on the straightaway and falls in line deep down the order and right around 36th position and right in the front of the leader to go a lap down. That is a shame for Fitzwater. A little further back, Ryan Griffin and Cody Lamas, they are really going for it today. Griffin needs to try and finish as high as he can. He struggled in practice, and even in the race, he's not looking as quick as he needs to be. And Griffin continues to fight with that 5 car to try and move up a place. Problems on the track, and it's James Shelley. He has stopped on the course, and it looks as though James Shelley is going to go out of the race. It looks as though he's probably not going to get any points at all because there's still some cars still running, and that's going to hurt him. He was very poised to try and make up points on Matt DeLeo and the Field Brothers team in owner points. And same with PJ Williams. He's down at 40th, but he'll move up into the points. Down to the inside of Ryan Acosta goes Jordan Davis. That's a position for 13th. And the higher up Jordan Davis moves, the more likely it makes it that Dejon Weeks will not see the championship fight alive after this race. Because Dejon Weeks is deep down the order in 37th, a lap down. And now that Jordan Davis is this high up, it would eliminate him mathematically as it runs. Jordan Davis is just continuing to march his way up. He's actually up another position. Ryan Griffin on pit road in the 43. On pit road is the 43 of Ryan Griffin. Where is he? Pit road early for Ryan Griffin. And it seems like Dylan Schwellenberg is also pitting early. Wow, that is a shock for Ryan Griffin. Is this a scheduled stop or not? Because right now as it runs, he will not make it to the end. I have no idea. Maybe he will be able to. Griffin definitely short pitted by a whole lot. There's some other drivers on pit road. There's Matthew Rodriguez I see there. Johnny Gardner further back, and Zayden Davidson just left it. But Jordan Davis is on pit road. It'll be lap 39 when he gets on pit road, and he'll definitely be able to make it. This is halfway in the running. Jordan Davis on pit road. This race may seem like it's all wrapped up for Nick Mace, but we've seen races get thrown away. Mace has to stay on his toes. It is only 11 seconds, and I know 11 seconds may seem like a whole lot, but anything can happen. We've seen it happen. Nick Mace is out front, but with lap cars to deal with, trouble could be around any corner. Nick Mace still has to fiddle his way through traffic as cleanly as possible. The leaders are on pit road. Nick Mace is on pit road and further back. Charles Sanford, Jeffrey Fenguy, and a bunch of others. There's Chris Dodd in as well. They are all making their one and only stop, it seems. They stayed out a couple laps more than everyone else, but Sanford and Fenguy had been closing in on Nick Mace as the time went on, so it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the race unfolds. Fenguy's crew got it done today. Look at that. Jeffrey Fenguy's crew beats out Sanford by a good bit. And wow, they really struggled at New Hampshire, but they got it done here at Provo. And it looks like Fenguy is going to line up in second place if not Halleck runs into him. I don't know if that's going to do any damage to Fenguy there, but Fenguy got a good pit stop over Sanford. Bobby Jones, Jake Bassinger, Luis Hernandez, they're coming down pit road. And it looks as though Bobby Jones is going to get scored as the leader when he comes down pit road, as he's the one that stayed out the longest so far. And how about that? Bobby Jones, his pit stall was right at the line. You can see it there. Right there. He didn't cross the line. Luis Hernandez did. He got scored for leading a lap. But these guys are leaving the pits. And it looks like Nick Mace has already passed them in the 48. There he is. He has retaken the lead. It is Fenguy going to be taken over in second. Then Sanford third. Fourth place could possibly be the 98. But here comes the 17. Griffin short pitting was not what he needed. And Davis is on his back bumper. Griffin short pitted and it did not help him at all. Bobby Jones gets passed by Turner and Lamas. Looks like Turner is going to take over. We're going to have to wait and see. And Fitzwater, well, he's been in trouble. Okay, this was a battle for 23rd between Dom Caps and Zachary Fitzwater, and Caps hooks Fitzwater into the barrier, and that is a heavy hit. A hard crash. That does not look good at all. Gonna get another view of it here. Dom Caps just right rears him and into the concrete barrier. And that is a nasty lick. That is a driver's worst nightmare. Head on into a concrete wall. And we hope Zachary Fitzwater is okay. That was such a nasty wreck by Zachary Fitzwater. That is a driver's worst nightmare, really. And sending prayers to Fitzwater right now, because that was such a brutal wreck. And Nick Mace is the leader by just about 10 seconds over Jeffrey Fenguy. And Fenguy is left to run down Nick Mace. Fenguy's there in second. Third place is Charles Sanford. Fourth is Jesse Turner. And further back, Bobby Jones and Jordan Davis are scrapping for position. Lamas is there in fifth. And Davis, who wrecked early on, is going to get past Bobby Jones. This is for sixth place. And Ryan Griffin, who looked like he was oh, Jones getting back at Jordan Davis there. It was contact. Wow, that was something I didn't expect there. But Jones is down to seventh, and Ryan Griffin currently losing points to Jordan Davis, and he goes wide there. And Jake Bassinger, who's in ninth, and Chris Dodd gonna try and run these guys down and get in the middle of this fight as well. Outside the top 10, you have Sean Harple in 11th, trying to get Mace Enterprises all in the top 10. DJ Curtis there in 12th. Zayden Davidson's there in 13th. 14th is Ryan Acosta. 15th, Luis Hernandez. He had a bad pit stop. Luke Martin's down here in 16th. 17th, Jordan Fisher. Then it is Dylan Young, Kyle Collins, and his teammate of Doug Lockrow rounding out the top 20, with Matthew Rigas 21st, Dylan Schwellenberg, Jeffrey Lynn, James Richardson, Caleb Hoffman, Corey Williams, Jeff James, and look at that, Sean Arndt and Eric DeMax rounding out the lead lap cars down in 28th and 29th, and Nick Mace gonna put Arndt a lap down. And speaking of Arndt in the 3 car, he ran very well, but he's been in a wreck somewhere. A similar situation happened with Arndt that happened with Jack Halleck. He just runs to the back of Sean Harple. And John Arndt, he was racing Jordan Davis, so he could have contended for a top 10, but he had to come down pit road again. Problems for TJ Martin in the 71. He is slow, trying to make it to pit road. Seems like he's got some sort of problem. Lamas is able to get away, and that allows Jordan Davis to be able to make pass, but he's already been past. Bobby Jones and Ryan Griffin really got held up, and they lost time. The Jake Bassinger was able to get by. Here comes Sean Harple, steaming around the outside of Griffin, makes a move to the inside of Bobby Jones. What a move there by Sean Harple to zigzag into position there. And Sean Harple is going to move up into 8th place, it seems. And the big loser out of that, Ryan Griffin in the 43. He is outside of the top 10 now. And here comes Curtis, going to try and make a move around him. Man, this is not at all what Ryan Griffin was hoping to have today. He could possibly lose second in the championship in this race to Jeffrey Fenguy. Fenguy, who is still trying to run down Nick Mace for the win, and Griffin is looking awful slow. Jay Curtis has worked his way around Sean Harple. Harple's under attack from Acosta, but Harple fights back with Curtis. Curtis got it back in that corner, and he's in trouble from Acosta a little bit. Not so fast, but Curtis, who did not look like the best Curtis car of this race weekend. It looked like it was Luis Hernandez, but Curtis is into the top 10. And Luis Hernandez has reeled these guys in. And Ryan Griffin right deep down the order here, following the trail of race cars. Griffin's in 15th, losing a handful of points right now. But Curtis is in the top 10. Bobby Jones is in 9th. Dodd, Bassinger making up 7th and 8th. Lamas there in 6th. But Jordan Davis is gone. He is running down Jesse Turner. And Davis looking to get another top 5. Here comes Ryan Acosta around the outside of DJ Curtis, looking for a top 10 run. Acosta was up there earlier. He got in a wreck with Matthew Rodriguez. He's fought back. And now, able to get by Curtis into the top 10. Jordan Davis to the inside of Jesse Turner. The race for 4th place. And it is no more race. Davis snatched it away. I can't believe it, really. That one team is the best team since the summer break. And they have been so good. I've never seen a team or a driver this good. And Jordan Davis spinning off the course early. It didn't hinder him at all. And he has fought back, and he is in 4th place. Problems, it seems, for Jack Halleck. He's looking very slow. He was riding around in the 33rd position. And something is amiss with the 90 car. He has to make that swing to the right-hander to try and come down pit road. Now, Nick Mace has taken 10 laps to go. Doug Lockrow and Mace make little contact there. Lockrow just went a lap down from the 20th position. Nick Mace is up 13 seconds over Jeffrey Fenguy. Fenguy only 3 seconds to the good over Charles Sanford right now. Sanford's about 10 seconds to the good over Jordan Davis. Davis probably will not have enough time to run down Charles Sanford. And another top 5 run should be in the cards for Jordan Davis if he can keep on going the way he has. Jesse Turner in 5th place over Cody Lamas. There he is. He's dropped down the order some after taking pole. 6th place, and then Bassinger 7th. Dodd in 8th. And then a big race right now for 9th between Bobby Jones and Ryan Acosta. Bobby Jones has it. Acosta wants it. But outside the top 10, we're going to be focused on a little bit. DJ Curtis there with Hartwell. They're 11th and 12th. Davidson and Young 13th and 14th. And Ryan Griffin is under attack from Luis Hernandez. And Griffin, who really struggled on pit road and has just not had the car under him in the race to be able to challenge like he needs to. And looks like Davidson may have a problem up ahead. He went way wide. That's going to allow Ryan Griffin and Luis Hernandez to run up on him. And it looks like Davidson may have a tire down. He's way off the racing line. And Griffin goes by. Yeah, Davidson, he's got to have a tire down. Something is wrong with Davidson limping at home. Yeah, that's got to be a tire. It's got all the signs of a cut tire on that 13 car for Zayden Davidson. It's a shame because Davidson was looking like he could contend for a top 10, if not have a solid top 15 day. But here he comes to pit road. One thing I want to note as we're getting down to the end of the race here, Nick Mace over 10 seconds and over Jeffrey Fenguy as we have about 3 laps to go to coming up. Jesse Turner and Jake Bassinger this year, they've been doing very well in the second half of this season. And I've been impressed because they had such a slow start. But they're going to finish ahead of Ryan Acosta and Dylan Young. They could possibly be in a threat to try and challenge to finish in the top 5 in points. But one thing to note is that Bassinger and Jesse Turner have been neck and neck in points for like 7, 8, 9 rounds now. They have been within 10 points for about 10 races now. In the last 5 races, they've been about within 5 points of each other every time, and they're climbing up the points. They were outside the top 20, or they were outside the top 10 in points not too long ago, and they were just right on top of each other, and they've been climbing up the ladder together. This race, Jake Bassinger is only 3 points ahead of Jesse Turner, and Turner is gonna, looks like he could possibly finish 2 spots ahead of Jake Bassinger in this race, which would mean he would gain 4 points, so it would be Turner over 1 point over Bassinger, and however many they're gonna gain on Acosta and Young. But looking further ahead, actually, there's more cars on pit road. Ryan Griffin was not able to make it. Ryan Griffin was not able to make it all the way like we originally thought. And Griffin had to come down pit road. And he's going to lose a handful of positions. We're going to have to wait and see where the timing and scoring updates. But Nick Mace is still the leader. And it looks as though he's going to get a win after all. And coming back, we'll see the white flag flying for Nick Mace. Nick Mace took the checkered flag first, but was not rewarded the win at Road Atlanta. That was the race he came across the line first, but was disqualified. The officials have since then started to be more lenient towards incidents on track after some backlash from the fans and the drivers themselves. So we're not sure what the officials are going to do with some of these incidents in this race after stating that they will look things over as more racing deals. But Nick Mace was not very happy about losing that race at Road Atlanta, and he said he was going to get him one before he stepped away. In this race, he took it away from his teammate from the word go, and Nick Mace has not looked back. He drove away, and he's had a terrific race. Nick Mace, last year's champion, stepping away at season's end, retiring. Nick Mace from Mace Enterprises coming off the final corner. Nick Mace is going to get his 36th career win, and for 13 seasons in a row now, Nick Mace takes the checkered flag and wins at Portland. Back to the line, Jeffrey Fenguy is going to get a second place and gain points on Jordan Davis, what he needed to do. Charles Sanford there in third, and Jordan Davis, rounding from home after crashing early on, is going to get another top 5 run, his 11th straight top 5, and he's going to finish in 4th. What a run by him. A little farther back, Jesse Tunner's going to get 5th place. 6th, Cody Lawless. He beats out Jake Bassinger. Bassinger 7th, and the best Allen Family Racing Team driver of the day, Chris Dodd in 8th. 9th place is going to go to Bobby Jones, and Ryan Acosta will get 10th. Outside the top 10, it is DJ Curtis over Sean Harpo, Dylan Young in 13th. 14th, Luis Hernandez over Luke Martin in 15th. That is the last guy on the lead lap. Nick Mace. I don't believe many people thought, at least I didn't know, if Nick Mace would even get him one, because there was many other teams that looked so much better than theirs this year. But Mace Enterprises had such a fast car for this race, and they've actually been building a lot better race cars in the most recent events. Came close to winning at Michigan not too long ago. Road America was a threat there too. Surface Paradise, he won the pole. So Nick Mace has been knocking on the door, and he finally got him one. But now, Nick Mace with his 36th win. He'll have 3 races left before he steps away. But looking at the championship, Jordan Davis. Let's see here. Jeffrey Fenguy is going to definitely need to beat Davis heading into Martinsville. Jordan Davis, going into Martinsville, will have the chance to clinch the title early. And we have 3 races remaining. Ryan Griffin fell all the way down to 22nd. He only earned 18 points. And Jordan Davis will come away with 42. Jeffrey Fenguy will take over 2nd place in the championship and will be the last guy that everyone will be looking at as a threat to Jordan Davis. But Davis will have the chance at Martinsville to clinch the title. Dejon Weeks is mathematically eliminated. It is only Jordan Davis, Jeffrey Fenguy, and Ryan Griffin that can be champion for 2019. Who's it gonna be? 3 races remaining on the 2019 season schedule. So happy that you guys have watched up to this point. We have 3 races remaining until we end another season. It's been a fun one. We have 3 races left to decide the champion and see who wins the last 3 races. I'm excited to see how it goes. But until next time, we will see you for the next one.